On this week's program, we pay special tribute to some of the worst films of the 1980s. First up is Howard the Duck from 1986, produced by George Lucas. The special effects are god-awful, not deserving of the industrial light and magic credit, and far below their usual high standards. ILM worked on the effects for The Abyss, Terminator 2, and every Star Wars film. The magic's gone here. The special effects reek of efforts of low-budget films rather than films produced at the impressive cost of $30 million. Absolutely incredible. We saw better special effects in science fiction productions of earlier decades. Awful big-budget special effects do not have the same magic of awful low-budget special effects like the ones found in Attack of the Crab Monsters and The Beast with a Million Eyes. We have a major problem with our title character. Howard's a duck from another planet, yet he speaks in perpetual full speed ahead hipster mode, wisecracking his way through his role. Oh yeah, speaking of wisecracking, no wisecracking. We get a good 100 puns on ducks, including mallard, quack, etc., and variations on famous lines from Alice Cooper on the waterfront in Casablanca. Where did Howard pick up his impressive vocabulary? It must be the same learning facility where the 3,000-year-old ancient Egyptian princess trapped in the body of a department store mannequin picked up her modern vocabulary and diction. Howard would be a nifty party trick brought on to perform his neato routine and novelty act. 8 actors are credited as having some role in playing Howard the Duck. Wonder if they ever put their performance as Howard the Duck on the resumes or brag down at the pub. Oh yeah, man, you better not fuck with Howard the Duck. And I played a talking duck from another planet in the movies. How about you, asshole? What the fuck have you done that's so great? Have any of these actors exploited their playing Howard the Duck to pick up women? Stranger lines have been spouted in that cause. The 6 actors and actresses inside the duck suit at different times won Razzies for worst performance in a motion picture. The credits list Ed Gale, Chip Zien, Tim Rose, Steve Sleep, Peter Beard, Mary Wells, Lisa Stirs, and Jordan Prentice. This is almost impressive as the fact Harvey Stevens began his career as the Antichrist. Where does one go from the Antichrist and where does one go from Howard the Duck? These are tough questions. Leah Thompson's presence in the film triggered a chain reaction. This ripped, twisted brain flashback on the strange trajectory of her early screen career. She barely lived through a cheap-looking mechanical shark's attack in 3D, Jaws 3D. She maintained a steamy love affair with a married police officer in the wildlife. Coincidentally, a police officer who should have arrested himself for his own sex crimes. She fell in love/lust with her own future son in Back to the Future. Finally, she kissed Howard the Duck all while she's in her skimpies, and she's kidnapped by a sinister life force trapped in the frenzied performance of Jeffrey Jones. The depths actors sink for a check. Tim Robbins somehow managed to salvage a career after Howard the Duck, with credits including Bull Durham, Jacob's Ladder, and The Shawshank Redemption. He also won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for Mystic River. The film drags on and on and on and on, although it's not as horrific as the Star Wars Holiday Special and Leonard Part 6. It's a run-on film, eating up 110 minutes of our lives that we will never recover, like Miss Pac-Man on a rampage through our quarters and magic tokens. You may want to duck, pun intended, duck out before the introduction of the film's epic theme song, Howard the Duck. A composition with, dig this, Songwriting credits by Thomas She Blinded Me with Science Dolby and George Atomic Dog Clinton. Howard the Duck is one of the worst films of the 1980s. I give it 1 star.
All right.
We got a big fish down here, man.
Oh, yeah? How big? What's wrong? Ellen? Jesus Christ!
Sometimes I wonder how films will play to certain audiences. For example, how will real estate agents react to Roller Boogie, or any of a number of films where evil real estate agents exist? Or how did Red Dawn play in the former Soviet Union? These are tough questions. Anyway, would Jaws the Revenge play well on the shark film circuit? Or would the sharks throw it right back at Universal? I'd bet your money the sharks would throw it back at Universal. The mechanical shark in Jaws the Revenge looks all-time worst. But after Spielberg finally showed the shark in Jaws, how do we have a Jaws film without extended close-up shots of the great white shark? The paying customer demands shots of the shark all film long. And what's a Jaws film without a shoddy-looking mechanical shark? This strategy backfired miserably in Jaws 2, Jaws 3D, and Jaws the Revenge, because the more we see the shark, the more we are convinced of its badness. This shark should have a place on David Letterman's Stupid Pet Tricks. Watch Bruce the Shark, which is the name that Steven Spielberg gave to the mechanical shark in the first Jaws. Watch Bruce the Shark rise up. Hear Bruce growl. See Bruce's eyes looking above the water, thrill to his inexplicable death scene. We have more questions than Jaws the Revenge has answers. For example, we'd ask director Joseph Sargent and writer Michael de Guzman if they wanted Jaws the Revenge to compete with A Nightmare on Elm Street by having multiple It's Only a Dream variation sequences. We'd ask Mario Van Peebles why in the hell did he decide upon a laughable Jamaican accent. We'd ask why did Michael Caine emerge onto a boat all dry after crash landing his plane, a plane submerged in the ocean populated by a killer great white shark. Finally, we ask why don't the Brodies live in Kansas or anywhere else in this great big world where sharks do not reside? I say make the goddamn shark work hard for his goddamn revenge. Of course, that last question spawns the answer. We'd not have Jaws the Revenge, stupid. All in all, that may not be too much of a sacrifice. The list of all-time worst films would simply fill in another title. We're leaving out some indelible moments in the history of bad films. Now let us make amends for prior omissions. Characters have flashbacks to events where they were not present, and different cuts have different endings. Van Peebles, Dead or Alive, which one do you prefer? Our final tough question, right? Jaws the Revenge has us pondering revenge against Jaws the Revenge. It's a no-star film if I've ever seen one.